we have... Oh. So we have the ability. So we might as well let the monastery do what the monastery does, because we need to showcase the fact that the monastery is amazing for this purpose. So we go draw. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas everyone, it's Gomez for the Land Up channel, and I just want to say thank you all so much. I honestly am hoping you're having a Merry Christmas. Today's deck, we're giving our opponents the gift of Shrooms. So this is using Shrooms with the recall landmark of Ionia, so let's get into this. So the deck is called Shroom Recall. The idea of this deck is that we are going to be putting Shrooms in there and using the recall ability of Sanctuary to be able to get our things back in our hand to put those Shrooms more into our opponent's deck, because it was the night before Christmas, and on the hill the monastery loomed, for Teemo's Puffcaps was starting to bloom. Yes, that is the idea that we're working with on this deck, is obviously, as I say, Teemo getting those things out and then using the Monastery Sanctuary to recall our things which are creating the Mushroom Cloud spells to replay them again, hopefully with a Puffcap Peddler on the board as well. The best thing about this deck is that with Puffcap Peddler, we've actually got the ability to make copies of him immediately in hand and then put him out. So bits of this deck. So obviously you got your Jerry's and your Rummage, because you know that Gomez loves that for a little bit of draw. We've got our Teemo Ballistic Bot doing that damage, but also the fact that he is getting the Ignitions in hand, which is yet again a spell that's working off of Puffcap Peddler, as well as the fact that you could use it to Rummage as well, so you could actually use his Ignition to Rummage, but you could also use the Sanctuary that comes off of this, because they're both fleeting to Rummage as well. So it depends on which it needed at the time. This guy, putting him in here just because he's a cheap minion to recall and put back out again, that's going to give us the Mushroom Cloud spell. Throwing him, because there's so much recall, we might as well have the Fae Belt, Blade Troller, because we've got no reason not to. Yet again, making copies of Puffcap Peddler, or potentially to make copies of the Ballistic Bot, or anything which makes the Mushroom Cloud spell. Couple of Mystics just in there for a bit of target, because you never know what you're gonna have to deal with. Recall, yet again, this is because we've actually got a number of cheap units in this, including Puffcap Peddler himself, that count as 3 or less. The ability of then recalling them, so if they target your Peddler, or if they target Teemo, or if they target something, be able to recall them and then replay them. And if Peddler's on the board, that's 2 spells putting more mushrooms in your opponent's deck. The ability to use the Monastery to recall this guy, the Investigator, and then put it back out again, making your opponent draw into those Shrooms. The reason why we're not running this with Hex Core is because we don't want to have 2 landmarks on the board, because obviously a landmark does take up a space on the board, so you don't really want to be taking up 2 spaces on the board and then only having 4 places to defend. So that's why this deck is not run, but it doesn't matter that we're not running Hex Core, because technically we have our own Hex Core of this guy recalling and then playing that again, especially if we've got a Puffcap Peddler on the board. That's just putting more mushrooms into their deck when using the spell Sanctuary. So that's the idea here. Yet again, just to get those mushrooms, there's a couple of denies, stacks for a little bit of target as well as draw, and then progress day. So that is what this deck is all about. I think it's actually an interesting deck. I haven't tried it out yet, but as I said, we are going to be giving our opponents the gift of Shrooms on this day, the day of Christmas. So I hope that this is going to be a good laugh. We're going to be seeing what this deck does in a couple of matchups and seeing whether or not it's actually viable. But bear in mind, remember people, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to catch me live on Twitch, I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as the fact that obviously there's the Discord link down below if you want to catch me anytime. I just want to say thank you all so much. You've made my Christmas already. I'm partner on YouTube. I've got like over 1,000 on both Twitch and Twitter followers and subscribers. Thank you. You've made my Christmas, and I hope that this video will just give you a little bit of a smile and a bit of a laugh as a bit of a haha, it's Christmas. I just want to say to anyone who is alone at this time, because obviously I know that it's been a shit year and there's lockdowns and there's things like that, if you want to message me on Discord or if you want to message me on this video, I will do my best to get back to you, because I just want to make sure that everyone feels okay and that everyone has a good time today. So I will do my best to get back to as many of you as possible, because obviously I'm gonna have my own stuff going on today, but I honestly hope that I can get back to you, because I want to repay you guys. You've given me so much joy, and I just want to be giving that joy back to you, especially on today, the day of Christmas. So yes, let me know yet again. One other thing, let me know what gifts you got. That's actually a really important thing. I want to let me know what gifts you got today. Like, if you're anything excited or anything like that, I really want to hear from you guys to know what happened, as well as obviously about this deck and whatnot. But we're gonna get back to that at the end of it, whether or not there's any changes and whatnot you would make, because this is definitely not the ultimate deck list here, but this is actually a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's enough of this jibber jabber that Gomez is talking bollocks about. Let's get in and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. Okay, so we're against Undying Plaza. Okay, we're against Undying Plaza here. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a very hard matchup, because obviously they can challenge out our peddlers and they can challenge out our Teemo. So I'm not gonna lie, this is actually gonna be very, very hard to do. If we can start getting, because obviously his main plan doesn't work until turn 3. Turn 3 is when he gets his Plaza on the board, at least turn 3. So I mean, obviously he can get something out in single combat, Teemo, but at the moment I need to try and get as many shrooms in there as I possibly can. So obviously he now has the ability to like single combat that onto Teemo, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not what I want. I could actually kill this right now. Now my reasoning for killing this now is because once he gets landmark, that is by far more that coming back, like he can use glimpse from beyond or whatnot on that, and that actually becomes far more like sinister. So I'm gonna immediately attack forward, because I kind of want to see what our opponent does first. But I feel like we throw Puffcap Peddler onto the board. Monastery would be good, but without there we go. So his thing's now on the board. His thing's now on the board. So that's just one less thing that he can just use like a glimpse on top of, because he can throw down Undying and glimpse, and so that just meant that we could save more things on our side of the field. So it's okay. It's okay. Not the best, but also we can actually make a copy of our Peddler. I feel like the move that I want to do is I want to throw the Monastery down this turn. But obviously it depends on what our opponent does. I mean, if they're going to pass the turn, do we just pass the turn back? Well, I'm going to throw Monastery out. I might end up regretting this decision. I honestly might end up regretting, because now I could. Sorry, we go for the ignition as well. I was thinking, do I keep the mana back? But no, you know what? We go for the ignition, because that's an extra spell that we're getting that out. We can then use this. Oh, see, look, we've got both of them. Okay, so we're now forcing our opponent to take significant damage right now. We've leveled Teemo. We could play the other Peddler, but I feel what we're gonna do. Actually, I don't know. The plan here is do we play the other Peddler? How many shrooms has he got? Okay, right. He's got a lot of cards in hand as well, so potentially actually forcing the Investigator to continuously come out at this moment in time might actually be quite a funny thing to do. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to first make him get double those shrooms. We're going to double those shrooms, and then what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Investigator out. And then we could actually, so we throw the Investigator out. That's fine. He threw the Ephemeral one out. I don't actually know. I mean, maybe he's got a rally move or something that he's planning on doing right now. Because admittedly, he could rally. I can see that as being like a really good move on his side. But we're gonna force that out just so that we've got that on the board. We do have another one in hand. Okay, so he's not got the rat. So I feel like he didn't want to throw the. He's drawing himself. Excellent. Right. So right now the better move here is just ignition. I could use rummage. I could have actually got rid of both fleeting things, right? But you know what? Do damage into our opponent's core. Force those shrooms in. We've got another Peddler there as well. We've got another Peddler, so this is actually all working out very nicely. So boom, takes a bit more damage. And we can actually bring you back. We can bring this back. I mean, because he's taking his time with what he's doing. So we could actually, do we do the slow speed one, or do we do, because obviously this one can't be used in combat. Okay, we could. A big part of me is like, do I just throw the other I'm gonna throw the other peddler out, actually. I'm gonna throw the other peddler out more because the fact that this is actually a harder stat. Like, he can kill. Oh, there we go. Okay, right, here we go. Now it's all started. Yeah, again, he keeps throwing the ephemeral ones out. Of all things for him to get, of course he gets a Neverglade Collector. Why wouldn't he? So we could recall this peddler, because let's face it, right? He grabs both peddlers. He grabs both peddlers here. That would be, or he might actually grab Teemo. I mean, obviously, he's got 3 hooks. So he grabs both peddlers and Teemo. That seems like the legit strategy here, right? How many shrooms has he got? It's got a number. We've got a draw spell here. We've got a draw spell. We could recall Teemo to make sure that we know that at least Teemo is safe. I feel like we do that just to make sure that Teemo is safe right now. Get those shrooms in there, and then we could actually just force more draw onto him. But we actually want to be keeping at least one of these guys alive. I mean, we could do the draw. Actually, no, we're gonna do the ignition. While we still have 2 peddlers, we might as well take advantage of the fact, because I do believe both peddlers are going to be traded off the board. So we wait until his attack turn. I mean, that's fine. You know what? Kill him. You know what? I honestly thought that you'd go straight for one of the peddlers, so that's fine. Because he does his attack move now. Obviously, he's got this on the backfield, so, like, you know, he knows that he's going to be, which is, like, getting a little bit of life back, which is fine. But we know that we're playing Teemo. Admittedly, single combat. He could have single combat, right? We do actually have, we do have a deny. We do have a deny, and we've got the ability to force our opponent to keep drawing as well. And we could even make a comp. I mean, oh, the draw has become significant. We attack forward with Teemo immediately. If he goes for a single combat, deny, and then we have. Oh. So we have the ability. So we might as well let the monastery do what the monastery does, because we need to showcase the fact that the monastery is amazing for this purpose. So we go draw, and then we can throw it to it. We can actually make a copy of this guy. We've got another one in hand as well, but we make a copy of him because, you know, let's use all the different cards, shall we? Oh, single combat. So we could save Teemo's life, but he's got 70 odd in his deck right now, and actually forcing him to draw is probably the better move right now, because he's on 5 health. He's got a healing unit, so obviously we need to be making sure that we are forcing our opponent down as much as we can, knowing that they're going to be going into, and we've got another Teemo in hand anyway. It's perfectly fine. Merry Christmas, Merry Shroomas. We're giving him the gift of shrooms. So he's got 70 odd in the deck. He's got 3 health. He's got 70 odd in the deck with 3 health. Oh, he's getting a bit of health out of that. 4 health now. 4 health. Is it going to be enough? Come on. Wait, what? He only hits 1? Okay, it's okay. We've got enough one, and we've got 2 of them. I was gonna say, like, you know, we've got another one, and we can recall one of them. We can keep forcing him to draw. Don't worry, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. We can even throw Jerry into this. I could actually use Rummage, but I'm just gonna throw Jerry in himself, just because, for banter's sake. We just do that, and then we force him to draw. We might as well, I said, use the ability, because it's a burst speed thing. We might as well use the ability of the landmark to prove that if we didn't have these things. Oh, yes, landmark. Ha-cha-cha. Recall shrooms, the gift of shrooms. Okay, so to be fair, really good combination here, right? Lucian with Hecarim, because of the fact that obviously he's got the ephemerals going on, and that just really helps with Lucian, and then rallying so he can attack forward again. I mean, admittedly, he's not going to be attacking forward with his ephemeral guys again, but he's still going to be attacking forward again. Very powerful move that's going on, going on in that deck. I just need to hope I can keep up. I've got Jerry. We can keep Jerry and wait and play him. He's like mystical Jerry.
Don't get in my way.
Okay, so I can play the ballistic bot. I feel like I play it. We could throw Jerry in front of this. We could throw Jerry in front of this. I'm not going to, because I actually want to have my peddler out. Before doing moves like that, I want to have my peddler out so that I'm at least getting spells into my opponent's deck, like, before doing so. I feel a lot more better about knowing that spells are going into my opponent's deck. So, admittedly, we've given him the chance to maybe throw Senna out, but we didn't have any removal or do anything. We had no way of stopping that move last turn, so it's fine. There is Mystic Shot in this deck, and I know that the heart of the cards and the heart of Crucibles is with me, so as long as the heart of Crucibles is with me, we're fine. So don't get me wrong, this is sad times, but it's okay. We're going to be forcing the mushrooms into our opponent's deck. We're fine with this because we know we can rummage next turn. It's okay. This is absolutely fine. We're just going to let the mushrooms happen. As long as we're throwing Jerry in the way of Lucian, it's all gravy, because admittedly, he's got no way of doing Overwhelm with Lucian. Overwhelm Lucian is by far more devastating. We can just put somebody in front of him, so that's fine. Admittedly, obviously, once he levels up, it's going to become a little bit like a devastating, but it's okay, because I don't mind. If we can top deck Mystic, we can kill Lucian. Senna goes a little bit crazy about it, but I don't mind Senna going crazy about it, because she's not the one who's going to be rallying, so it's absolutely fine. I mean, he's taking his time. He's taking his time here to decide what he wants to do. He's only got 1 mana, but he must be able to, so he's got 1 mana. So has he got Pesky Spectre? Has he got Pesky? Is this a Pesky Spectre deck with Lucian and Hecarim? Because that would be amazingly funny if it is. Actually, technically no, he wouldn't be able to play Pesky Spectre because that was still. Actually no, it's 0 mana. Don't worry, I'm talking bollocks. It's either that or Fading Memories or something like that he's got in his hand. I mean, I don't know why he's waiting there. Don't know why he's waiting, but it's okay. Ooh, Mystic! All my Christmases have come early. See, I told you, heart of the cards! Okay, so we killed Lucian. As I said, Senna's not going to be happy about this. Actually, or do we wait for his attack turn? I feel like we wait for his attack turn first. And then we kill Lucian. I feel like that might be the smarter plan. I might be wrong, but that's gonna be the plan we go with. So yeah, he does his little scout move. He has a good time with it. We actually I'm gonna let that damage go through. I'm gonna let that damage go through because I know that I'm just gonna be killing Lucian this turn, so it's fine. So we go whoop whoop, then we go whoop whoop. I feel like I get rid of the ignition as well here because it's only fleeting anyway. Like I know I could have used. Ooh, the monastery. Teemo. Our options start kicking off right now. We could kill that, but you know we leave it. We leave it. This is fine. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. I know that we're going down to 11, but Teemo's about to come out. We've got monastery. We're going to start, the spells and things like that are going to start kicking in, so this is absolutely fine. So, Teemo drops this turn. We've got retreat, we've got so many different things that we can use that really help us here. So, we want to be trying to level Teemo first. So let's throw the ignition in first, see what our opponent's got, but we're going to go with the ignition first, because I mean, single combat is a thing. But it's absolutely fine. Oh, Lucian back out again. So we could technically level Teemo. And actually, I think it's actually going to be the better plan. It's actually the better plan to level him because as much as he wants to play the monastery, we need to have a blocker, and this little man counts as a blocker. He sadly is going to be dying, but he dies for the greater good. He dies for the greater good here, so, you know, we're putting all the shrooms into our opponent's deck, doubling them up. We're going to get the monastery out, and then we're just going to do that and then start forcing our opponent to draw. So that's what I mean, like, we had to kind of play him as a sacrificial unit. Boom, there we go. The damage, and so it begins. Okay, so the question is, we could actually do a recall, but actually, no, what we can do is we can go whoop, whoop, just so that we are doing a spell. Yet again, I kind of feel bad because I would love to play Monastery this turn, but at the same point, this is the better move that's in front of us right now. That is the better move that is in front of us at that moment in time. So, part of me, I said yet again, feels play Monastery, but I do have to defend myself, and therefore I'm actually going to play the Fae Folk. More because the fact that it gives me, more because the fact that it gives me a defense, like, against some of the things, especially now that Hecarim's out, it gives me a defense against what's going to be coming at me. So we do this so that we can actually, we might actually just sacrifice Ballistic Bot for the greater good right now, because he can kill Hecarim. He can kill Hecarim with this. We've got a lot of damage coming at us, obviously, from whoop, 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 whoop. But it's okay, it's okay. So we can sacrifice you here. Lucian's damage, I mean, we've got to actually cover Lucian, because he could use actually use a glimpse on top of Senna. So you need to remember that that's an option that he could totally do. So this way, we're keeping ourselves alive. It's not the best plan, but it's still a plan that at least means that, like, Hecarim's dead. He's Witchcrit, so he's got that. He's got that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's leveled. He's leveled, but he hasn't rallied yet. He would have to kill one of these two with glimpse to be able to rally. He's gonna glimpse. Okay, please be one of the ones who ask. I was really hoping it was gonna be one of the ephemerals. It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind this. It's not the best. It's not the best situation that we're in, especially considering the fact that he's gonna have the ability for rallies and whatnot. As much as maybe we should have played but we needed, without that we wouldn't have had that defense. Without it, we would not have had that defense. So you need to remember that's important. So I think we double the shrooms and then force our opponent to draw. That's gonna be our plan right now. Double those shrooms up and force our opponent to draw. Okay, we even got another Teemo in hand. Potentially we just throw those in, because you know what, we've got to go big, right? Now is the time for big, because admittedly we do have a retreat if needed, but I feel like we're just gonna force those shrooms into our, because remember, sharp sight, there is different things that our opponent could definitely throw at us right now, but the potential for recall, and then we just throw more of these guys out. It's fine. It's absolutely fine, because we're just going to force... if I can get him up to 100 shrooms and then force that draw... As much... the Monastery would have been lovely to play, but you need to... Against what you're against, you've got to adapt. Putting the Monastery out would have meant that we wouldn't have had blockers, and significant damage would have gone through on those past turns. So, it's a sad thing, because I really want to play... Because I want to prove that Monastery can be useful. But against this kind of a deck, you need to make sure that you're blocking. Blocking, yes. Christopher Walken, blocking. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's do this. Come on, hit him. He's taking his time here. It's like either he's got a counter or he doesn't, right? I mean, he's thinking in his mind, like, do I sharp sight Teemo right now? Do I sharp sight and then kill somebody so that they rally? But obviously, if he sharp sights people, then they won't die. I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? Interesting thing. I mean, obviously, he could just use a glimpse, or he could use something to kill his own minion just to instantly rally. Like, he could do that. But obviously, he's now got 100 odd shrooms, and we're about to make sure that he's getting significantly more. Like, he's going to get significant things coming out there. I mean, he's left. I mean, is he left? Has he considered this done? The game's not done yet. I mean, obviously it's about to be done, because, well, I say it's about to be done. Honestly, it depends on the draw. It depends on the draw right now. I mean, obviously, boom, that's hit him quite hard, and the second one's going to hit him very hard as well. We do actually have to retreat to do another one as well. I mean, he's gone, right? Is he gone? I feel like our opponent's gone right now, because if he's or is he just accepted his fate in knowing that he's most likely going to die right now? Because obviously we now go whoop whoop. I mean, obviously we can't do that, because that costs 1 mana. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can still block, actually, because now that we've got what's his face, Jerry Rig, we can actually block. But this is probably going to be his death. Whoop whoop whoop. Yep, there we go. GG! GG! Mushrooms for the win! I'm so sad that we didn't get to play the landmark, though. Okay, so Zoe A Sol. Zoe A Sol with a little bit of Freljord. So Freljord's what's keeping her alive, right? Is this the elusive deck? What was Swim's elusive deck? I can't actually remember what was in it. Get rid of you. get rid of you because I'm going to need you late game. Right at the beginning, you're not... Oh, peddlers, yes. Yes! I mean, admittedly, I said, like... I feel like I'm going to be... if it's the elusive deck, like, other than Teemo himself and then maybe a few mystics and static, I don't really have much which is going to be helping me against the elusive. So I just need to hope. Pass the turn there. Pass the turn. Throw you out next turn. He potentially... Does he just instantly throw Zoe? Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. Okay. We've got a lot of peddlers. All the peddlers. Ramp. So, so his plan here is literally just to get A Sol out as quickly as possible, and then if he levels A Sol, he can then use the... I get what the plan is here. I get what the plan is now. I'm actually just going to attack forward immediately with this. I don't know why, because technically we could have thrown Peddler, because Peddler still survives Avalanche. I mean, I don't really think he's going to be avalanching, right? I might be wrong, but I don't think he avalanches. So... if we can get at least 2 peddlers on the board. If we can get all 3 peddlers on the board. Oh my god, he's also got... his plan is to get Zoe out with landmark and then all the free stuff.
They're out there.
Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit insane. This is very insane, but I love what our opponent is doing. This is amazing. So they throw landmark out. They throw landmark. Oh my god, yes, this is without a doubt one of the most insane decks that I've faced, but also one of the most funniest, and I honestly cannot wait. Go on, give me progress day for free. Oh, Peddler for free. I mean, that works too. So we throw Peddler out for free. He could have the A Sol spell. The A Sol spell would be... Oh, that is also devastating. That is also devastating. Okay, we can deny that, because technically we need to deny that, because otherwise it all goes terribly wrong. So that was a good hit for him for free. If we didn't have to deny, if we weren't playing Ionia, we would be in a lot of trouble right now. I'm so glad we did, because consider that all 3 peddlers on the board, that would have been GG if he had, if we'd lost all 3 of those peddlers. GG right there and then. Okay, it's okay. We can now throw Teemo out onto this board. Throw Teemo out and start forcing that double Shroomage going in there. But honestly, that was a close one. We want to throw Jerry Rig out because we want to be trying to make it so that Targon's Peak hits our progress day. Because obviously, like Jerry, we don't need 0 cost Jerry, so that's why we're forcing more Shrooms into our opponent's deck. Force more Shrooms in there, and then just boom, 64, sorry. Mathematics! So... that was actually a really devastating pull from our opponent. I'm so glad that we had the denied hand right there. If we didn't have the deny, that would have been game. Oh, really? This hand, and you hit the Jerry. Right, we want to be getting rid of. As I said, we want to be getting rid of all of our cheap cards because all of our cheap. Oh, okay, of course. See, look, he's hitting all the big things now. He's hitting all the big things. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Scary. This is scary, but it's okay. It's okay. We've still got defenses. He levels A Sol this turn. Because he's got 8 mana. He's definitely got something else that he can play onto this board, which at least all he needs is free damage. So all he needs to do is play something on this board that's free damage. He could actually have Avalanche, as I say, which will give him a little bit of draw, as well as the fact that obviously, like, I mean, I'm so glad he didn't Avalanche first, because now we get to go hoop. Do a little bit of extra damage into him, but I mean, do we pass the turn? He's gonna have to do. I mean, doesn't really. Either way, we're doing. I mean, we're at least doing Jerry. It's whether or not I play Teemo or not. That's gonna be the question. Because if he uses some kind of spell that's going to do damage, like, as I said, Avalanche or something, then we want to be making sure that we've got the other Teemo in hand. But if he doesn't, then we don't mind doing this, because obviously we want to be making sure that Progress Day is going to be the card we're getting for free. I might end up regretting this, because obviously we've now left Teemo open. Like I said, he still does have the mana for Avalanche. But he doesn't. I mean, I'm honestly surprised he did not have what he needed to be able to level A Sol that turn. Honestly surprised that he didn't have it. We've got to go with an open. We've got to go with an open because of how many, which is, there we go. We've got to go with an open because of how many things in there could potentially be detrimental to us. We have to go with an open. But before we go with an open, you better believe that we're going to throw as many spells as possible at our opponent here. You better believe that we are. I mean, we could actually make a copy of this big thing here so that, but the thing is, it does become detrimental again to us because it means that it's something that could kill our peddlers. I mean, we could actually recall at least one of them. I mean, how many spells is it? How many peddlers? So he's gonna have 216 mushrooms in his deck. We could actually make that considerably more. I want to see what our opponent does. Go on, let's see what our opponent does to this. Because he could Troll Chant. If he had Troll Chant, that would have actually forced Teemo down. But obviously, he's high valuing. He's high valued, so he might not. So he's healing. So that's what he got for free. That's what he had for free. The comedy of this is that obviously we can give ourselves draw. We can actually see. What? He's got 200 and that one, and he draws one shroom. Come on, you're having a laugh. Oh, okay, right. So he's doing that, which I'm not gonna lie is very, very devastating. But what we can do is, I say we make a. So I want to be recalling this guy because actually the amount of shrooms that we're going to be getting off of that is amazing. Big part of me is actually thinking, do we make a copy of you? Do we make a copy of you? Because then we're obliterating our opponents, like, you know, side of the board and things as well. But another part of me is like, make a copy of Peddler, because Peddler's obviously amazing. I'm actually going to make a copy of that. This might sound very, very stupid, mostly because it is, but at the same point, here's my plan. My plan is to get as many shrooms in my opponent's deck as I can, hit his core health down, and then we're making a copy of this. So this one, regeneration, remember, but it's bigger than his one, just so that I've got the defense. And then we're putting this back out again so that we are forcing more draw. So, come on. I was going to say, come on, he's got his... that was a lot of draw for him. I was going to say, he's got so many shrooms. I mean, he's got to be dead, right? He's got to be dead. I mean, he just hit so many there. I mean, I wish I had the mana to be able to obviously play this so that we knew that we were going to be hitting this with Targon's Peak. But literally, I just think that I want him. The draw has got to kill him, right? The draw has got to kill him. Come on. The draw has got to kill him right now. I can't. He's 1 away from leveling A Sol. How is he not leveled? I mean, come on. He's got to have something that he can play in this hand, right? He's got to have something that... How is it out? Number one, he's got so many shoes in his deck. But number two, how is he not leveled A Sol right now? Here, come on, it's got... Okay, yes! That's what I'm talking about. The gift of shrooms! Yes! This is amazing! I love this deck! So that was the Shroom Recall deck, the gift of giving our opponent shrooms. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. As I said, let me know down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you got for Christmas. I want to hear what your gifts were. I want to hear your merriment of the day, because honestly, thank you so much. Obviously, I'm guessing the majority of you won't be watching this today because you've got, like, you know, friends, family, and things that you're going to be contacting. Obviously, I said it is Christmas. So that's 100% understandable if you're watching this later. But I said, if you are watching and you're feeling a bit lonely, please comment. I will try to get back to your comments as quickly as possible, as well as if you want to send me a private message on Discord, I will try to get it back to you, because honestly, nobody deserves to feel alone this time of year. So if you want to, please feel free to get in contact with me, and I will do my best, because obviously I'm going to have a lot of things going on myself, but I will do my best to get back to you if I can, because I do feel like, honestly, you guys have supported me so much. It's been amazing, the support this year. Thank you so much. You've given me the best Christmas present, so thank you all so much. And as I do, there's a Discord link down below. You can catch me live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Just honestly, hope you have a holly jolly Christmas, and until next time, bye. Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.